Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Delays and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. In the last episode, well, in the past few episodes, we've been working on trying to get whatever we can done. We had some issues with power, which we fixed last time. I'll get to that in a moment. And all in all, we're just trying to get one of these portals to spawn that has the Crimson Cultist so that we can progress through the rest of Thaumcraft, namely going to the Eldritch Dimension and doing that. Because that's basically all we have left. There's a couple other minor things, but really the biggest thing that's kind of holding us back is getting to the Eldritch Dimension. And I have had the worst luck with this. So I have one portal here, there's a portal over there, there's another one over there. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 portals, and none of them are Crimson Cultist portals. So yeah, kind of have to just wait, hope for the best, and all that kind of fun stuff. So between episodes, I've been working getting more portals summoned. I went to the Nether for a bit and tried to get some more stuff for Yellorium and getting the heat sand. I went ahead and made some more pre-chargers and did some stuff with that. Now, one thing that I did that was really important that I want to talk about, this is something I've done before, but this is a system to automate the solar generators so that they automatically charge and discharge when they're full. So they'll charge when they're empty, they'll charge all the way up, and when they're full, they'll discharge completely. Basic way this works is through a comparator. We read this signal twice. So if there is any charge in this, this guy activates, and it's a complicated system. This is how you make it. It's just comparators pretty much everywhere. This one is in subtraction mode. You have a dropper attached to a hopper, and this comparator is attached to this guy, which is giving a signal strength of 14, which allows this thing to only is it only emit when it's full or something like that? I don't know. But there's redstone stuff. I looked this up, and it's pretty easy to find. There's a YouTube video on it. I'm not going to link it or anything. Just search for it. And it's one of those things that's kind of common knowledge by this point. I'm just not the best with redstone, so I look it up instead. But yeah, so this will allow us to kind of automate the solar generator and get power. And we can use that power to get more Yellorium through the laser drill. And we have, well, not much. So today we're going to kind of mess around with a whole bunch of stuff. One of the first things I want to do is automate the Eldritch Guardians. I am tired of killing these guys. They have almost destroyed my armor. Excuse me. They've almost destroyed my armor. And yeah, we need to do something about that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a couple of things. One, this guy is going to be filling up another Alchemical Furnace. And this one will have some redstone signals and all that kind of fun stuff attached to it. And, or else do we want to put it like here? We might put it actually here. So we're going to want to break this, and then 2 blocks over. Perfect. And this has plenty of channels. There's plenty of channels over here, so we should be fine. So we need to make some stuff for automating Enderpearls. And what we want to do is, again, grab a glass file. We're gonna want some item ducts. Let's make like 30 more of those. That won't take too long. We're gonna want a glass file for alienus, and we're gonna want Essentia level emitter. We're gonna want let's see, I don't see any of them. We're gonna want the Alchemical Furnace and all that kind of fun stuff. So let's try to get all this stuff set up. So we need an Alchemical Furnace. These are pretty easy to make. Gotta make it in here though. got to use that one. So we need a furnace and a crucible. So cauldron, we'll make one of these. And a furnace is easy enough. So we get this all taken care of. And this is just to make sure that we have enough essentia in the system so that we don't like run out of anything or anything like that. So let's get this taken care of. So we have the Alchemical Furnace. Now we need a, what are they called? Arcane Alembic. And these things are not that bad either. If I can, I kind of dislike that there's two NEI options. One of them is just messed up. I don't know why, but there is the Arcane Alembic. Then we're going to need Essentia Import Bus. And again, gotta click the right one. We are missing what? 2 water jars and a diffusion core. Alright, well the water jars are easy enough. 1. And do I have slabs auto-craftable? No. Okay, well that's fine. I can make some more slabs. It's easy enough. So there we go. We can make another water jar. Put those in there, and then we need a diffusion core, which requires some quicksilver and all that kind of stuff, but it's pretty easy. And there is the import bus. Now let's grab our item ducts. We're going to need an actual export bus. We're going to need a redstone control thing. What are they called? It's a card of some sort. Is it just a redstone card? Okay. And I think that's about it. We're going to need some ME cable. ME glass cable. If I can spell. We'll need a little bit more than that. So let's make that real quick. Will it make any immediately, or will I have to wait? I don't know. Anyways. And then we're going to want Enderpearls. So Enderpearls are something we have a good bit of. We can always make an Enderman farm in the end if we choose to. That is not something that's terribly difficult to do. And we just need to attach a couple of pipes like so. And get these over here. And this guy will fill everything up with charcoal, or should anyways. Right? Yeah, so there's goes some charcoal. And we have a export bus on that to make more. We'll just put this guy down, and now we don't have to worry about anything with that. So Arcane Alembic, we're going to get the import bus because that's what we have here. Now we need to have, actually 5 might be enough. We need to have an export bus, and this also needs to be attached to a it needs to be attached to a level emitter. So let's just put the level emitter right here. And this is the same design that we have over here, just kind of altered a little bit. So, not like that. So export bus there, attach that stuff. And just that is enough. So this will be redstone controlled, active with signal. This will be emit signal when they're below, and we're gonna do 1,000. So that'll burn off some of it, but that's really all we need to do here. Now, just dump that in there and get rid of the rest of the stuff. So that is just a simple, pretty easy way to get plenty of the alienness so that we can spawn the Eldritch Guardians as often as we need. Now I want to make a grinder. That is the next kind of step for this. We're going to make a grinder, and what all do we need? Alright, so we need 2 10 gears. So let's make 2 10 gears. Actually, I think we're going to need 3. You need a machine frame. I might have that on auto crafting. I do. We're going to need one of these guys and an Invar sword. So we're going to need some more Invar. Nothing too difficult there. And that won't take too long. In fact, we can go ahead and make more if we wanted to with the nuggets, but oh well. So there's the Invar sword, and that should be everything we need for the grinder. Actually, it's not. The 10 gears don't work, do they? Nope. Alright, so can I melt these down? That is a good question, actually. Will they melt down? No. Alright, well, that's fine. What we can do is just grab some tin and call it a day. So we need 8 tin. And this is easy enough. It'll melt down pretty quickly, and we'll get what we need. So, we have a good bit of power. In fact, we're full on power, so let's turn a couple of these on, and that'll give us more stuff. I'll kind of keep an eye on power. We'll come back and look at that in a little bit. So, the next thing we need to do is we need to set up the grinder. We're going to do it centered right here. Break that. Of course there is. Can we do it on a different side and still... I mean, that's a flux-plated fluid duct. So that would give us power. And... honestly... I think... see, that goes into this guy. Because we don't really care about the essentia from this. So, instead of putting it there, let's center it over here. And we'll put it right here. So we'll get the stone brick placed back, as well as the cobblestone. And what we can do is, honestly, I could expand this one more. We might, I don't know yet. But let's go ahead and make the grinder. And then we're going to need a trash can. Trash can fluid. So this is pretty easy to make. We just need a bucket. Have plenty of those. We're going to need some redstone conduits, or flux ducts, whatever. Let's make like 20 more of those. That'll take a little bit of time, but that'll be fine. And we're going to want a lever. So let's just grab a stick, and this will be fine. So, reason we want a lever for this is just so we can turn it on and off. And the grinder is not going to have like the best of range, but it's going to be good enough. So we'll do that there. We also need item ducts. I realize that. So trash can here. And power like so. Now we can actually just attach it right there, so we don't need too much more. And then we can just grab... I think we want to do a chest and then a servo item ducts. So let's do that way. Chest, servo, and then item ducts. Let's see, we have some more flux ducts. We do. And then the last thing I want to go ahead and do is just grab a little bit more stone, bricks, and walls. And this is just to make it look a little bit nicer. So what we can do is just extend this. Actually, you know what? We can just do one of these. I have a builder's one on me. Not like that. Whoops. So we'll just kind of extend this. And light it up. And this will just make things a little bit easier. So something like that. And I'm not going to worry too much about breaking all the walls, but we'll get rid of these. So the only thing left is we'll need a chest. And we'll pipe things out of it. Or honestly, we don't need to right now. That's kind of a non-issue. So we can turn this guy on. We'll want to have a redstone signal here. And I just want to make sure that if I flick it, nothing. So we might want to break this, put that there, coming after me to hit me. Put it here. If we flick it on, maybe it needs power before it will say. I don't actually know. But if we want to extract the stuff, we can easily do that. So you are not getting power. Alright, well, let's just do this then. Break that connection. And are you getting power now? You're powered, but you're completely idle. So this works. It just doesn't say that it won't work because of because of the redstone signal. But this will start collecting stuff. And these guys will kind of automatically do their thing. Now something I could do... Ow. I'm waiting for some of my stuff to break, but this will eventually get some eyes, and that's what we want. I think we should probably go ahead and extract the items. So let's do that. Item duct, extraction, and we can just go straight over here. And that should work just fine. Should put everything into the system. And if we go look, we should see that we are in fact getting ethereal essence. Alieness, maybe. Let's go ahead and burn this up. So ethereal essence. We should see some alienness here eventually. Now the only kind of problem with all of this is the fact that they're not going to want to go close enough for the range. So if we grab our sledgehammer, we can see the range. It is the light blue box, so that is where we need to get things. We need to kind of push things to the center-ish a little. Unfortunately, we can't upgrade the grinder, but we do have conveyor belts, and these will move mobs. So we can throw this stuff in there. Let's make sure that the stuff is working, by the way. Ethereal essence, yep, we have alienness, so it is working. We'll check it later to see if we have anything good. But what we can do is we can break this, put torches, and we'll need 2 over here. One on the sides. And that should be good enough. Just light it up in here. So something like that should work just fine. They actually spawn in the air, so it's not that big of a deal, and we can break that before we want to do anything else with like the cows. So with that taken care of, we should be able to get some Eldritch Guys. We'll see, but it should make them. I've done this before with a different mod pack, the Feed the Beast Infinity Evolve skyblock stuff. I've done a grinder with it, and it does seem to get the item still. So it should just take some time. Now, let's go ahead and start looking at some other things. First of all, I want to make a couple more quest delivery systems. So we're going to need some glass. Let's get like 20 glass. That should not take too long. And something else that we can do that I kind of want to show off is let's make 200 more solar generators. Now this is going to give us a little over 3, because I think 64, 128, and then it's 196. So let's just go ahead and make 196 of these guys. And we can do that. We have plenty of diamonds, we have plenty of lapis, redstone, nether quartz can be made, and everything else is fine. So I'm going to tell the system to go ahead and make that as well, just so that we can upgrade our system a little bit more. So let's make 2 more quest delivery systems. And that is so that we can start getting even more power, so I can kind of keep these guys on longer. We'll probably want to... Wow, that's actually still charged. Alright, let's turn this guy on. And this guy. Why not? Let's turn them all on and see what happens. We'll see if we start running out of power or not. This guy is discharging, so it is keeping up with the demand. We'll see if it keeps that going or not, but not super important right now. So we have these quest delivery systems, and I want to hook them up. I want one over here. I guess we can put it like right here. Nah, let's put it up. Let's grab some more servos. Mix 2 and item ducts. And what we're going to do is just kind of automatically pull this stuff out. And we're going to want this to be levered. So I really don't want to put that there, but I guess we might have to. So we put servo. It requires a high signal. So levers, sticks and stones. Let's just grab some compressed cobblestone. We're going to want 2 of these guys. So this one is going to be for the B&A, and we can go ahead and tell the system, or tell the thing that it needs the B&A. So select task B&A. Now this one is B&A. I don't know if you can tell about that, but this one should still be it should still be the other one. We'll see if it works. In fact, we can kind of test it. So there's 114 of those. We have 1. Do that until something comes out. There we go. Should be 2 now. And it works. Okay, so we can do this. It can have multiple things all at once. And some of these we're going to kind of do manually, but I figure having a couple more would not be a bad thing. And what we can do, I want to put that there. I think we can put that there and it doesn't really matter because they have light upgrade. And we can tell it to always on. So if we pull the 128 of those out, It's going to go right in there. Perfect. Which means we can get more buckets of B&A. So that's just kind of a quality of life thing for me, more than anything else. They're really fighting the. They're really fighting that. But yeah, so that's just a kind of quality of life thing for me. Now, the last thing we really need to worry about right now is the Alchemite. And Alchemite is, well, we're really close. We only need 100 more, but we need 300 more gunpowder. So, I was looking into how can we get more Alchemite, or rather TNT for the gunpowder for the TNT for the Alchemite. Because the Alchemite itself is not that bad, and once we kind of do this, it should be made pretty quickly. Well, gunpowder has a couple recipes. One is sulfur from Natura. That would require us to go into the nether and find some sulfur clouds. We could do that. It's not something I particularly want to, but we could do it. We can also use niter, sulfur, and pulverized coal. That'll give us 2 gunpowder each. Now here's the cool thing. We have saltpeter. Blurred vision. That's like the worst. We have saltpeter. And saltpeter gives us niter. So we can get 10 niter from pulverizer. And that's really about it. So let's do that. This will give us a ton of niter, and that's the hardest part. Now, the other 2 components for the gunpowder are coal, which easy, and sulfur. And it can be coal or charcoal. And sulfur comes from, well, pulverizing coal. As well as some other things. We can pulverize sulfur ore and get a bunch of that. But this will make a good bit of gunpowder. We can duplicate it with chemistry, alchemic chemistry. Mana infusion with flint. I've been trying to do that, but it takes way too long to make the mana required. Sifting, and then obviously killing creepers. There's also a Crucible Crafting, which helps. But all in all, let's just make some gunpowder like so. So there is 50 gunpowder. So it is technically, it's a 2-to-1. It's a 1-to-1 with the niter. But that's not that bad. How much more do we need? We need 250. So what we can do is, while things around here are kind of doing their thing, I realize one of the things that kind of drains my power is this guy. This guy uses for getting brimstone moth. Rude. More of these guys. In order to get more of the B&A, or the B&A, it takes bees. It takes 800,000 RF per bee. So that's quite a bit. And it's something that we kind of need to be aware of with our whole power situation. But once we can get more power going, then who cares? So this is starting to go down. Actually, it's going up. Never mind. I think we can handle those lasers. So let's go to the nether. I'd love to find some saltpeter. I'm going to assume that we can get some from the nether, but I'm not entirely sure. So our armor is almost broken. By the way, these are the sulfur clouds. I don't actually know like what's the best way to break them. But yeah, so sulfur clouds do that. It is definitely not worth it. So we're just going to place them back and pretend that I never did that. So the problem with the saltpeter is that it looks very much like nether quartz. Other than it's like 3 almost perfect. I really hope this fog goes away soon. It's like 3 perfect stripes instead of the one broken one. It's just slightly different. Like this is saltpeter. It's also slightly wider. Okay, so we can break this. And I want to see if there's any more. Don't see any more. Alright, so... am I right in thinking that there is, like... oh my gosh. I really despise gas sometimes. Come on. I'm gonna fly over here and kill you. Alright, so... yeah, it has like 3 perfect stripes instead of the 1 broken one. And it's also a little bit like paler white than the other stuff. But this is where I was it there here? I was digging up a bunch of the sand. I think this is saltpeter. I was digging up a bunch of heat sand to try to get more yellorium and all that kind of fun stuff. It's kind of a pain, to be honest. But yeah, so we have options. That's quartz. Don't really need quartz right now. Trying to just tell which ones are which. It's not the easiest thing in the world. But we are getting more gunpowder. Our helmet is still surviving, which is surprising. That's saltpeter, isn't it? Yep. So you can kind of tell. It's just not the easiest thing to differentiate between the quartz and saltpeter. So this is 70. We need 25 ore in order to make all the gunpowder that we'll need. That is quartz. You know what? Let's grab some coal ore as well. Just because we are a little bit low on coal. So yeah, we're kind of to the point where we really just need to hope for the best when it comes to getting more and more. Nope, that's quartz. Getting more and more of the. Is this saltpeter? That's saltpeter. It's also slightly lighter. And we just lost it all. Oh. Explosions. This is where I was harvesting sand. But let's get out of here. Is that cool? Any more up here? Nah, not really. Okay. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to the overworld and stop getting distracted. Where's our base? Our portal is right over here. But yeah, so you just need to get some more gunpowder and we can finish the Alchemite. That one is pretty close to being done, so it's not too much of a concern. And once we get it done, we'll manually hand that in. Probably next episode, hopefully, if I can get that finished. But kind of the bigger thing is just getting the Eldritch Dimension. In order to do that, we need to get the Crimson Cultist to spawn, which will randomly spawn from a portal in a box. So it's just a pain. We'll get there, but it's a pain. Let's go ahead and make some more. And you know what? Let's see if we can't duplicate enough. So coal ore. How can I use this? We finally lost our helmet. So smelting it gives us 2. Pulverizing it's 5. So yeah, we're gonna want to smelt it and then pulverize it. Okay, easy enough. So there is a good bit of niter. And we need more pulverized coal. That is fine. We can do that. So 34 gunpowder. And then we'll take whatever we need. And what we can do is we can just duplicate it with sand and coal. So that is actually one way. Or we could just alchemical crucible craft and fire and perdicio. How much of that stuff do we have? Let's see, fire, we have 800. Perdicio, we have 400. So we could do that for a little bit as well. And that would give us a ton of gunpowder. Now, here is the other question. We already have 3 Eldritch Guys, so that system is working just fine. It's kind of doing what I wanted it to do in the first place, and it's just going to take a little bit of time to get enough eyes to make enough portals. But with it being automated, I can come on here and honestly I could just AFK or work on something else. And let's go ahead and grind these up. And then not really have to worry about it. So let's grab, not coal, let's grab gunpowder. Let's do half a stack. And what we're going to do is we're going to just fly over here. Come down here. That is still cooking ethereal essence. And let's make more gunpowder. So that'll make a stack where I had only half a stack. And this should be enough to get the rest of what we need. Also going to have some sulfur from grinding up the coal. And so how much more do I need? I need 186. So we're getting there. It's just a matter of how much more niter do we have? None. Okay, well, fair enough. So we'll just have to duplicate more. And call it a day. So we have 4 more Eldritch Guys. We can also tell the system, well, we have more void metal. And we can get more mirrored glass. So let's do one more portal. And you guys can see what I've been going through with all of this. It uses quite a bit of dirt, to be honest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 void. And here's the really cool thing. So let's make sure we have enough of everything. Magic is a little bit of a concern, as well as I was doing a lot of vacuous stuff, so that should be fine. Iter and alienus. And then we just need to have mirrored glass. So this stuff is easy enough to make if we have glass panes and cinnabar. So we have some cinnabar ore. We can just smelt it for 1, or we can do the Crucible Crafting to get the native, which gives us 2. I'd rather have Crucible Crafting. So let's just throw that in there. And do that. And we can get rid of that because it doesn't really matter too much. So now we have the native cinnabar cluster. And we smelt this up. We'll get what we want. And yeah. So I just need to get some more gunpowder. It's not that bad. I just gotta wait for creepers to die. And go from there. So we get the mirrored glass. Hopefully this is the last one I have to make. That'd be really nice. I doubt that it's gonna happen, but it'd be really nice. We smack this. It goes off and does its thing. And we can prepare an area. Let's go sleep. And then we can prepare an area for the portal and hope that it gives us Crimson Cultists. If it does, that's wonderful. What we can do then is start working on getting them captured and placed here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, go down there. And then from there we should be able to be, we should be fine. So I'm gonna need some more dirt. That is easy enough. We just come over here, grab some more dirt. This thing is still processing slowly but surely. And let's go over here this time. So I guess right here would be cool. I'm kind of doing it in different places just for the fun of it, to be honest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all we have to do. So pretty easy, just requires 49 dirt. And that's why I'm kind of running out of dirt. But, oh well, it's just dirt. So let's see how things are processing while we're waiting for the portal. This thing is still doing its best. We have 40 of the solar generators. I'll need to go through and make all of the upgrades for it. So that's something, but this is just still working. For right now, let's go ahead and turn this off. And just throw this in here. So it's picking up the stuff. Almost done. We have enough stabilizers on here that this in particular infusion will never ever cause anything bad. Unless we mess up with like symmetry or something, but I don't think that matters as much. But there is the portal in the box. We'll fly over here and hope. So this will be portal number 8. I'm scared to think if we're going to need more. We might actually have to go to the end and make an Enderman farm. But we're going to still need more. So no flags, no crimson cultists. Simple as that. So yeah. Looks like we're going to be making more of these portals. So I will tell you guys what. I am going to go ahead and something I'm going to get to do that's going to be a lot of fun is come over here and like just get buckets and buckets of this stuff. I want to lock the chest so it always has buckets of BNA. And then do stuff like this constantly. Get as many buckets of the BNA as well as chocolate milk. And we'll get there relatively soon. We're probably a little over halfway with the BNA. And that one takes a while just because bees are, well, bees. And we can make like 1,000 buckets. Okay, maybe not. But do I really not have that much aluminum? I guess I don't. Okay. But what we can do is just grab more and more buckets. And eventually we'll have all that we need. So there's all that. I wish it was a liquid task and not the buckets themselves, because if it was just liquid, it'd be a lot easier. But we're at like 40% or so. Shouldn't be too bad. We just need to kind of let these guys do their thing, get as many Eldritch Guys as we possibly can, and go from there. So one last thing I want to just briefly mention is with this, the blood magic. So I was looking kind of at the other blood orb that we can make. So we've made the Archmages. That is currently sitting in there just gathering blood whenever I feel like it. And we can make the Transcendent. This is the top tier for blood magic itself. And it requires a crystal cluster plus a tier 6 altar, which I believe also requires crystal clusters. Now, the thing about this one is it requires life shards and soul shards. Typically, these require demonic invasion. There's a big complicated ritual that you use to spawn a demon portal, and demons kind of flood into your world. They build a civilization, and they are hostile to you. You kill them, and you can get these shards. But, luckily, there is a better way in this mod pack, and that is weak blood shards. We'll give you life shards, and the life shards we can then use to, with an alchemic chemistry set, with more blood shards to get soul shards. So that's just something I kind of want to point out. If we find ourselves needing crystal clusters, we're not going to be doing a demonic invasion because that thing is super complicated and I don't feel like doing it. So we'll just do kind of some basic automation for that. But how much more gunpowder do we need? 109. You know what? Let's get a stack of gunpowder. We're going to get this working, and we're not going to have it done today, but soon enough, we will. So that should have plenty of fire and ignis. Fire is ignis, but Perdicio. What is something that has Perdicio? I believe cobblestone does. Can I just right-click that? No. So, Perdicio, we can get it from... let's see. Oh, we can get it from cobblestone. It has earth and Perdicio. So, pulverized coal is also really good. Gunpowder, obviously. But we could just go pulverize a stack of coal. And I think I'll do that just to kind of booster my Essentia supplies. So, the plan from here on out is I am going to let this kind of run. And do we have enough yet? Are we running out of anything? We can throw a stack of cobblestone in there. That's fine. So I'm going to let this run. I'm going to get the Alchemite. We'll have that ready for next episode. I also want to see how we're doing for ore. We're getting a lot of different ores. Are we getting much yellorium? We have 5. Okay. And what we can do with this is we can grind it up. Actually, QED is the best way. So we grab some coal. And I feel like I was doing this before. It was just taking a while, and I kind of forgot about it. So this is probably something we'll want to do. It'll give us more yellorium than anything else. And let's go ahead and turn like 2 of these off. We'll keep 2 of them on. But this will give us 15 yellorium. And we'll just kind of slowly work towards getting all of the cyanite that we need, as well as the BNA and chocolate milk. So chocolate milk is something I'm not going to really be able to work on too much until I get the portals done. But once we do, that'll be pretty quick and easy as well. It's just a matter of getting all the buckets. But I think that is going to be it for today's episode. Let's go ahead and tell the system to make 100 Alchemite. We're still missing 40. So did it run out of stuff? I have a feeling it did. No. I just can't count. Okay. Well, whatever. So I'll get the rest of the gunpowder, and we'll get the Alchemite going, and everything will be good. So next episode, we will hopefully be able to finish up some stuff. I'm going to try really hard to get the Crimson Cultist, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!